Law of attraction, aligning for love and connection. Yo, what's good, family? Are you tired of attracting the same old drama in your relationships? Ready to level up your love life and finally get what you deserve?
So we just want to say welcome back to another Friday. In this episode, we're breaking down how the law of attraction can change everything, whether you're single, in a situationship,
Ooh.
or married. Stay locked in because we'll be right back after this.
Yep, we will be. Won't be long.
Welcome to Loving Beyond the I Do podcast. This power couple is building stronger marriages one day at a time. Talking about real issues on love, relationships, and marriage longevity. Let's break down the barriers and engage in healthy conversation with your hosts, Jason and Tina Marie. Take a seat and buckle up because things are about to get real.
All right. Hey. Welcome to the show.
Welcome back, everybody. Good to see you another Friday.
Yep, we made it through another week.
All right.
Welcome to Love and Beyond the I Do podcast. We are Jason and Tina Marie.
That's me.
Here to help you transform relationships by inspiring and empowering individuals to become aware of the roles their thoughts and emotions play. Break free from limiting beliefs, and create emotional intelligence by applying universal laws. Today, we're uncovering one of the most misunderstood powerful laws of the universe, the law of attraction. Specifically, how it impacts relationships.
Right. So it's been one of those days, guys. So you guys might just have to hang with us. You got to hang with us as we work through this. So it's one of those things, when he said your relationships, whether we're talking about intimate relationships, your family ties, friendships, whatever relationship it is, and even how you can feel better about the relationship you have with yourself.
There you go.
So we thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode.
Welcome.
That's right. And if you're tuning in for the first time,
hello,
or the 100th millionth time, we
hello.
we just say welcome and join us again by subscribing to our channel, Legendary Relationships, so that you can get a notification whenever we go live. We are tackling issues in marriage and relationships.
Yeah.
And although there is no one size fits all when it comes to problem solving, you must be open to new ways of doing things and making the commitment to change. All right. So things can and will change for the better when you make the commitment, but it begins and ends with you and what you're willing to do for yourself and your relationship. We want to ask you guys, so throughout the podcast, we encourage you to actively participate. This is called a live, which means that we do this for you, the viewing audience, so that you can share your experiences, ask questions, engage with us and other viewers during the live conversation. Feel free to ask anything. Now, I know your names are attached to what you're asking, so
ask for a friend.
Say I'm asking for a friend.
There
right?
you go.
So don't be afraid to say something or ask something, because if we don't share the knowledge that we have, how are we ever going to get smarter? Right? Knowledge is about the power you give to yourself and to others by educating them.
All right, that's what you do. You educate them.
Educating them.
All right.
Education. All right. Also, don't forget that we cannot see the names of you, the viewers who are tuning in. So if you would like for us to shout you out, please drop a comment in the comment section. Say, hey, family. Hey, Jay. Hey, T. What's going on, guys? So that we can shout you out. So welcome, family, whoever's out there, because you have to drop a line for us to know who to shout you out.
All
we
right.
cannot see your names.
All right. So this is where you can find us. You can find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest. For all of your needs, however you want to contact us on social media. You can also hit us up on our website at legendaryrelationship.com and click on the podcast
logo.
Yep.
All right. So, what are we talking about tonight? Let's get in. Do we have any comments, Jason? Do we have anybody to shout out before we start the conversation?
Let's go ahead and start the conversation and bring them in.
All right. So, if you've been attracting the wrong people, the
Ooh.
wrong situations, or the wrong energy into your life,
Ooh,
this episode is for you.
wonderful.
All right. So it's not just about thinking positive when we're talking about the law of attraction. It's also
Right.
about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with what you want, right? So when we're talking about being positive, most people think it's just about, well, I'm positive and I'm going to say the things I want. But you have to be in alignment. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions have to be in alignment with what you want. And we're here, Jason and I, to help you to get that alignment because you can't keep saying you want something different
Mm-hmm.
while you're doing the same old stuff.
While you're saying something different too.
Yeah,
You,
exactly.
you want something different, and you're doing something different than what you're saying that you want.
Exactly. And so that's what we mean by aligning yourself up. We don't realize that the words that we speak, the thoughts that we think, and the actions that we take must be in alignment with the type of relationship that we desire. And if they're not, then we're doing that insanity thing where we're doing the same thing, wishing or hoping for a different outcome. We all know that doesn't happen, right? It doesn't matter how many times I say I need to lose 10 pounds. If I don't do anything different in the way I eat, then my husband always reminds me that abs are made in the kitchen.
Yep.
So relationships are made in the mind. You must first think the thought you want, then that connects to your emotions about how you feel about your relationship,
Yep.
not the one you're in now, but the one you want to create. And then we have to start doing the actions, and they all have to line up.
So what you're saying is, if we want to change something, we can't only just think about it. That's a start. That's where we start.
That's the start.
Right.
But let's be clear about the thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It's so you may think I want this type of relationship, and as long as I keep thinking it and saying it, I'm going to attract it.
Right.
The thing about the thinking is that when you stop speaking that of what you want, and you are alone with the thoughts in your head, and you're thinking about your relationship or your mate in a negative way, or the person at work, or the person next to you, or the person in the next car. It's those thoughts we're talking about.
Uh-huh.
So it's the thoughts
Those
that
quiet thoughts.
those thoughts that are on automatic pilot where they just come up every time someone pushes that wrong button, and you go back to thinking things are never going to change. Because what that does is that you're reinforcing what's already going on. So it doesn't matter if you take 5 minutes to try to speak on something else. It is the real true thoughts that you have constantly rehearsed and
Yep.
pressed down. And I hope I'm not speaking too big for you guys. Pressed down in your subconscious. So we know that we have a conscious state of being, right? I'm talking to you, we're in our conscious state of mind, and when somebody says, "Oh, they were unconscious," or in the subconscious, it means what we're not really aware of, the things that are automatic in our life.
So true.
All right.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're talking about the law of attraction is always working, whether we realize it or not. So in chapter 6 of our book.
That would be this book right here.
Yeah.
And that would be, look at me, chapter 6 right there. I hope you guys can see it.
Like attracts like.
That's right. That's right. So
What you focus on, good or bad, you bring into your experience.
say that again so they understand that.
Okay. So in chapter 6, we break down like attracts like.
Mm-hmm.
What you focus on, bad or good, you bring into your experience. So, if your energy is full of doubt, insecurity, or fear, guess what? That's what you're pulling into your relationships.
Absolutely.
But when you focus on gratitude, love, and clarity, you open the door for deeper, healthier connections.
All right. Absolutely. I was going to try to find a little passage while you were saying it, but
Okay.
so you go ahead.
No, okay.
All right.
People don't even realize how much their subconscious beliefs control what they're attracting. You might say, I want love, but deep down you're thinking nobody's ever going to treat me right. That's why awareness is key. You got to recognize the patterns and make a shift. And here's the kicker.
Okay.
It starts with you, not the other person. So if you want to be
That's
happy,
Good. That's good for me to hit the replay button
Yeah,
again. Say it, right.
Yeah, rewind.
and replay. Go ahead.
yeah,
What did you say?
it's about me.
All right.
I am in control of me.
But I try to be in control of you. Right?
You try to, but
Not
I,
me.
Oh.
I mean in general.
Oh,
Jason.
I'm sorry. Yep, let that slip.
All right. So if we go to our book, and for those of you who have your book, you can follow along on page 153 under the law of attraction. In the second paragraph, it says, the law suggests that like attracts like. Isn't that what Jason said?
Yep.
Meaning the energy you send out, whether consciously or subconsciously, magnetically draws corresponding energies into your life. This principle serves as the doorway to intentional manifestation, encouraging you to actively co-create your relationship story. So if you want a different story, you gotta write a different story. So first, let's get crystal clear on what you want. You have to be crystal clear
Yep.
on what you want, not just the surface stuff that I want someone to love me, or I want someone who's deeper than that, who has a little meaning. You know, what kind of love? What does love look like to you? What are your values? What kind of values do you want them to have? What are your qualities? What are qualities that you want in a mate, right? So we talk about, let's just say, right, I would say something. So,
You said something like what?
well, I don't want to say that.
Like I said something?
No, I was thinking about qualities. So when people
Okay.
talk about qualities, I want a
Okay.
man who does X, Y, Z.
Right.
And then they attract a man who doesn't do the X, Y, Z. And then they try to change the man or the woman into doing X, Y, Z. Know what you want. Know what does love look like to you? If love for me looks like someone who takes the time, who values my opinion, we don't have to be in a power struggle, right? He's comfortable with himself and I'm comfortable with myself, whereas I know that my strengths add to the value of my relationship and his strengths add to the value of my relationships, right? So we want you to take a moment and write down something that's really real for you. Right? Instead of saying, I want a supportive partner, say, I have a partner who uplifts and supports me, or I want a partner who supports and uplifts me, not someone I want to argue with, right? So let's take a moment and just think about some of the qualities that you truly want in your partner or that you already have in a partner. So in the comment section for you guys who are watching, give me some things. Give me whether it's something, that you love, how you want them to love you, what kind of love you're looking for, what you value, what are the qualities, someone who respects your boundaries, someone who even has boundaries. So let me know what's going on. All right, so let's read our comments. Thank you guys for dropping in the comment section. So Darlene, you gonna put them up? All right. Hello, power couple. Hello,
Hey, Darlene.
Darlene.
How
Thanks
are
for
you?
tuning in.
All right. Thank you for tuning in.
All right. Another
Darlene.
Darlene.
Darlene Clark.
Hello,
Hey.
lovely couple. Hello, Darlene.
How are you, Darlene?
Yes, thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
All right, we have Sandra. What
No,
she
y-
said?
no,
No, y'all
y'all
didn't. It's 2025, Sandra. It's time to get real with
That's right.
ourselves.
That's right.
We can't thrive unless we're real, right? All right. Let's see. Nancy said, Happy Friday.
Hey, happy Friday.
We almost didn't make it.
Yeah,
When I say it was a Friday to remember, it was a Friday to remember. And
Hold on, we got one more.
I was just going to say,
Okay,
and as we
okay.
talking about manifesting stuff, I might even say I already knew we were going to be a little late. And then someone might say, well, if you thought it, you brought it on yourself. So I'm
That's
not
exactly
even
it.
I'm not even gonna say that. All right. So Regina, hey
hey.
Regina, hello. What I think about, I bring about. Amen.
100%.
And you know what, Regina? We say those statements like that, but we don't realize the impact, right? What I
Yep.
think about, I bring about. So those times when we are feeling sad and in despair and at wit's ends,
Yep.
those are the thoughts that we're thinking.
That's when we have to control our thoughts.
That's when we have to jump back into the driver's seat and make sure that the thoughts that we're thinking are in alignment with the relationship that we want. So if Jason pisses me off, yep, I'm going to say that. You know you never do that, honey. You should have said
Well, I can't piss you off. You can only piss yourself off.
Right.
So-
So, like I said, if Jason pisses me off and I decide to get upset, I have to watch my thoughts. Because only my thoughts affect me, which means that I have to be in control of saying, well, he's never going to change, or he never understands me, or I feel unloved and unworthy. Those are the thoughts that you're thinking. And what did Regina say? Can we remind Regina what we said?
Oh, yeah. What Regina said? Oh, yeah.
What you think about, you bring about. So if in the midst of being upset, I'm thinking about all the things that I dislike or hate about my husband or my relationship.
Yep.
What do you? So when we're talking about the law of attraction, we think that if we spend 10 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour a day,
saying a couple of I love yous, or I want this.
I want a healthy relationship.
Yep.
If we think by saying that, we're not even it hasn't even reached the subconscious mind yet. We're just saying it. And then we take a moment,
First of all, the
close our
universe
eyes
knows that it's not even real. You're just
not real.
saying it, right? So you just
Exactly.
can't wish something, to happen. Like, oh, I want this to happen. I want this to happen. But deep down inside, your emotions going, I know this is not going to happen. This ain't going to happen. But I'm saying
Right.
it. So what do you think you're going to get? You get what you feel,
Right.
not what you say.
Yep. All right. So we can put Darlene's up real quick.
Yeah.
So Darlene, one thing we want to tell you, we know which Darlene
we
you
know
are.
our people, Darlene. And hello again, Darlene.
No, that's right. So the other Darlene is Edwards and your name is Clark.
Yep.
But we welcome both Darlenes, the
Right.
double Darlene,
Yep.
the double Darlenes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You can take it off. All right. So again, remember, guys, if you are out there and you want us to shout you out on this beautifully cold Friday, that's another thing I want to say.
Hold on 1 second, because Sandra came in here with something.
Oh, Sandra coming on something.
Mm-hmm.
I want a man who is honest, caring, and recognizes I'm hurting
Mhm.
and tries to comfort me. Well, then what you need to do, that statement right there, Sandra, in our book it tells you, right? But
Yep.
I'm going to tell you verbally. So what you want to do is that you want to put that down and say, I have a man
Yes.
who is honest.
Yep.
What else she said?
Caring.
Caring. And recognizes I'm hurting and tries to comfort me. No, and comforts me. We're going to take out
He's not gonna try. He's
That's
going
right.
to comfort you.
So not only do we have to be careful of what we think, but we have to be careful of the words that we think.
speak, yes.
That's right. So we're not trying. Nobody's trying. We are being successful in the manifestations that we want to make in our relationship. People hear about the law of attraction all the time. Guys, let's get it right. Let's get it right. Attraction means I am attracting like attracts like. I am attracting what I'm thinking, not what I'm hoping for. All right? So don't forget, for you guys, I was on page 153. If you don't have your copy of Manifest a Joy-Filled Relationship,
I know.
so if you don't have your copy of Manifest a Joy-Filled Relationship, you can go to our website at manifestajoyfilledrelationship.com.
Yep.
And you can still get your offer up until tonight for your book to be free, and you only cover shipping and handling.
Yep.
So if you have a friend who likes to call you and complain about their relationship, whether
Give
it's
him a book.
whether it's their boss, whether it's their neighbor, whether it's their mate,
Kids.
whether it's their daughter, son, you can go and get them a book, have it shipped to their home, and you get it for free, and all you're paying for is shipping and handling. Now, as I said, tonight is the end of the holiday discount. So the promotion. So if you haven't gotten yours and gotten your friend one, please go get it, because tonight is the last night that you can get it at that for free.
Gotcha.
All right?
But it still has the same value. So if
That's
you
right.
can't get it for free, you can still get the value inside of the book. So regardless to the price, get the book.
That's
and
right.
change your life.
But if you want to save a few bucks in the process, you should get it tonight, because tomorrow the price goes back to to the regular price, or to the anyway.
Right,
So
to the
you'll
regular
know.
price.
All
Well,
right.
There we go. Darlene Clark.
I need to hurry up and get that book.
Yes,
That's
because
right,
Darlene
Edwards already has her copy.
See how that works, Darlene?
That's right. And then who else said that? I like that comment, Sandra.
Yeah.
So then, Darlene and Sandra, if you guys like that comment, then you know what you need to be doing. You need to be manifesting a joy-filled
Your
relationship. And before we said this, Jason said, what happened? Who was responsible? What did you say? What was that? Did we had to replay?
Oh, when she said that
You.
you're responsible.
Yeah, you. What did you say to them about it all starts with me?
Right.
Remember that?
I
All
just said that. Yep.
All right.
I said that. I say a lot of things.
Okay. And so tonight, again, so, sometimes when we're a little bit behind or whatever, Jason's back to doing all the controls again. And for a moment there, I thought I was going to be by myself.
Oh, okay. You're
But
going to be by yourself?
I thought I was, but I'm not, thank God.
No, you're not.
So now,
I'm always here with you, whether I'm here with you in person or not. You did a great job
Last
in my absence. You did. I must say that.
Right, but in-house, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't even know where to touch or
You
what
just
to do.
hit record, baby, and then away you go. Just go live.
All right, so thank you, Sandra. Sandra's the only one that has some desires. She's the only one who wants to write what she wants in a mate, what she wants to manifest in her life, how she wants her relationships and her life to be. Because I know for a fact.
I know you want to say something. Hold on just one second. That's interesting because we're asking for it in relationships. But I bet if I said, what do you want as far as money, cars, home, job, all that, you guys could give me all of that with no problem. But once we start talking about relationships, it's not as easy to say, I would love a man that does X, Y, and Z. I would love a wife that does this, X, Y, and Z.
And you know what, guys? It's no reflection on you.
No.
So sometimes what we have realized is that, and we get DMs or we get comments or emails that you want to say stuff, but you don't want to be looked at or viewed in a certain way.
Right.
The whole point of our show is to share with you, the audience, and for you to share with us. So let's share. And so, again, this is a no judgment zone. We're going to make our podcast a no judgment zone.
Yeah.
So whatever anyone puts on our podcast comments is going to stay in the comments, right?
Yeah.
So you don't go talking about what someone else said or what they do or don't have in their relationship. That's not what this show is about. You're at the wrong place if that's what you're doing. What we're trying to do is we're trying to make relationships better. The intimate ones, the family ones, the working ones, all of your relationships. So I know sometimes when I go in the store and people have an attitude, whether it's the cashier or the person that's breathing down my back behind me, hitting me with their cart sometimes.
You handled that well, though,
I have to
must
be
say.
in alignment with
Yes.
what I want so that those type of relationships, I can turn around and say, excuse me, do you mind giving my 6 feet? No. I'm just kidding. But I can still be in control of me because, as Jason said, we can only be in control of ourselves. So, must be the silliness. All right, we got somebody else tuning in.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to read from here. I want a better me so I can learn to understand I am the one really in control of myself.
You
Hey.
are truly
Yes,
the only one in
yes,
control
yes.
of yourself.
All right. We
You
got
know,
one-
people can push as many buttons as they want, but you control the levers.
And you know what I learned is that when you disconnect those buttons, then they realize that doesn't work. And so
Right.
now they have to relate to you in a different way because now you have truly come into the control of your own power. You missed Mia. Let's get Mia.
I was
Okay.
going to give it you was talking, baby.
Okay.
I control.
Oh,
Now, now if I wasn't here, hello,
Mia.
Mia. How are you?
thank you for joining us,
Yes.
Mia. All right.
And then we have
We got the famous Dot.
Dot. Thank
Good
you.
evening, Jason and Tina. Good evening,
Good
Dot.
evening. And she got it right. It's Jason and Tina.
That's
Thank
because
you
the
so
show
much.
says that. But
Oh,
when I talk to Dot, she always says Tina and Jason.
I'm sure she does. But that's okay.
Isn't that right, Dot? My name goes first. And it's so funny because sometimes people say Tina and Jason and they stop and they go, well, Jason and Tina. It's Tina and Jason.
It's whoever you know the best, right? So-
Dot knows me the best. Dot, who do you know the best?
But we're not putting you on the spot, but I answer the question.
All right. So let's get back into tonight's topic so we can keep it short because really, I think this cold weather has really got me feeling a little sluggish.
Great. You're feeling great.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
I'm feeling great.
Mm-hmm.
Dot, I don't know if you meant to put something, but it's blank. Let's show Dot's answer. Duh.
So, see, I told you. She knows me better.
Duh.
So, I mean, like,
All
thank,
right,
you, thank
Dot,
you, Dot, for
come
that.
on through.
That's a confirmation.
All right. So let's get back into tonight's topic. Again, guys, please drop what you want in a relationship. If you don't know what you want, how could you possibly have it? Right? If I don't know, we have this superficial stuff. Well, I want him tall, dark, and handsome. Right there. So I want him tall, dark, and handsome.
You can have that.
What I'm saying is no. Be specific. I want him 6 feet or above. I want him chocolate mocha color. I want brown eyes. I want, be specific. I want to be loved. Well, what does that look like? I want somebody to rub my back when it hurts. I want somebody to rub my feet. I want somebody who washes my clothes, dries them, folds them up, and when I need them ironed, they're ironed and waiting for me.
Girl, you didn't look out. You getting all that.
I didn't luck out. I
Yeah, you have.
didn't get me one of them.
So it's interesting. So we're running a 14-day challenge on the podcast. And also, Tina explains in there that I'm like, I would love for you to run my bath water. She said, oh, yeah, you know what? I can run your bath water. I can throw the dishes over in there, so I can do a 2-for-1. And I'm thinking that's not what I want.
I think you said I want somebody. I think you said I want someone who runs my bath water, cooks my food, or something like that.
And then do the dishes.
Right, do the
and
dishes.
And you trying to combine all
I
that
said
in my
I
bath
will run
water.
your bath water. I'll throw the dishes in there for you. You can gash the food or it's floating on the plate. But yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wow, okay.
Gotta have a sense of humor. All right. So let's get into vibrational check-in. So when we're talking about attraction, attraction is all based on your vibration.
Yeah.
All right.
Every day, ask yourself.
That's right.
Am I showing up as the person I want to attract?
Good
That's
question.
key. Am I showing up as the person I want to attract? If you want kindness, are you being kind? If you want loyalty, are you showing loyalty? Your energy is the invitation. You can't ask for gold while out.
While you can't ask for gold.
You can't ask for gold while out giving bronze.
By out giving or giving out?
Oh, giving out bronze.
Bronze.
Right,
okay.
right, yeah. That's
okay,
right.
so like
Right.
the gold and bronze medal. Okay.
Yeah.
So so
Well, gold's in first place.
right. So you can't ask for gold
Right.
when you're giving out a bronze type of vibe.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I
right.
said.
That's what people say. What kind of vibe are you looking for? Last week we talked about, are you looking for a relationship or are you looking for a vibe? All right.
Right.
Go ahead. My bad.
All right, no problem.
All right.
Spend 5 minutes a day visualizing the relationship you desire. Picture it, feel it, believe it's yours. Let the energy of love fill you up. Don't forget, you gotta add an alignment with where you're visualizing. Thoughts alone won't cut it. Action steals. Action, action seals the deal.
Action.
So we can talk. Yeah, action is like that practice.
Practice, right. So what you're saying is you can't forget that when you're picturing it, when you're feeling it, when you're believing it, when you're focusing on it, as they say, when you're meditating about it, when you're trying to manifest it, don't forget you have to act in alignment with what you're visualizing. So I think Sandra says she wants a man who is honest. Wasn't that the first thing?
I think it was honest.
Honest. Okay. So that means that you have to be honest in all of your dealings with your mate.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
All right. Dot said, let's go back up to Dot.
Oh, so she did the politically correct answer.
I love you both. We love you too, Dot. Thank you. All right.
Oh, just a T.
Nancy said T. What's up, T? Okay. I don't know. So Dot said you can't ask for gold if you're dishing out stealing silver. Still, I can't see it. You got to bring it up.
Yeah, let me see if I can do this.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, that made it worse.
Yep.
Okay, so you can't ask for gold if you're dishing out stealing silver.
Yep, that's true.
And she meant stealing. All right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can.
Stankin' silver, right? So you cannot ask for someone who's honest if you're lying about stuff. And it doesn't matter what you're lying about.
So here's the thing. So there's degrees to this, right? So
There's degrees.
If you say, I don't want this person, I can't trust this person, I don't believe in this person because they're lying to me. but they lying about certain things. But when you lie about them, it's not a big deal. But you figure like money, right? Money missing out of an account, right? So it's like, would you take the money? Say no, and then you find out that they're telling a story. So you go, I can't live with that. You're lying. But someone asks you a question and you lie about it. It may not be to the degree of stealing money or misappropriating funds, but still, it's the same thing. So you're not trustworthy. So if you're not trustworthy, don't expect them to be trustworthy. So when we're talking about manifesting, it's across the board. You can't say, well, mine isn't as big as this, what the other person
Or what
does.
I lie about isn't the same thing, right? So when we're talking about manifesting the type of relationship that we want, we have to make sure that we're putting out exactly what we want to get back. And so, do we have another comment?
No.
Oh,
she said it was a typo.
all right. So Nancy said that message messed me up.
Hello, can I?
Oh, go ahead. That message messed me up and all.
Hold on, I could say it was T. I heard that. Sterling silver. That's what it was.
Okay, sterling silver. All right.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Yep.
Or stealing the silver, both, right?
Uh-huh.
And so, when we talk about, let's work with real quick. Let me work with something is to make sure that people, what Sandra said.
Oh, Sandra. Okay.
What she wants in a man.
Okay. Go back to Sandra.
Okay, right there. Right,
Yep.
Yep. Caring. So Sandra says she wants an honest caring.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say Sandra, I can say Darlene, I can say Regina, I can say Nancy, I can say Dot, I can say God, right? If whomever wants someone who's caring, how are you showing up?
Mm.
How are you showing that you care? Are you showing caringness the way they need to have it and receive it? Because we sometimes forget that we give it in the way we want to. Well,
Right.
I cook for them, I clean for them, I wash the dishes, I do X, Y, Z. But is that the way they receive that you're caring for them, that you care? Someone who's caring. Now, if they have, I think she said, if I'm recognizing when I'm hurting, do you recognize, and I'm not talking to Sandra, I'm talking in general.
Everybody.
Right. Do we recognize when our partner is hurting?
Mm.
Are we so selfish that we just want them to realize when we're hurting? Do we recognize and realize when they're hurting and we put our ego up on the shelf and we walk in and we say, hey, things aren't going the way we want them to go. Let's try something different. Let's try a different way of communicating. I see that you're hurting, and I know that I'm hurting. It's these big conversations with big girl panties and big boy underwear. Those are the type of conversations that change your relationship or changes your relationship. Why? Because now you're back in the driver's seat. You're not letting your emotions take you off kilt. You're not letting everything just sway you. However the wind is blowing, that's how I'm going to go today. So if things are good, I'm good. Things are bad, I'm just terrible.
Right.
We have to be in control of every aspect of ourselves so that we can understand how to be in control of our relationship. Do you have any other comments, honey?
You do, babe.
All right.
Dot.
What you radiate, you attract.
Yep.
That's right. And
that's energy, right? So it's what you're putting out.
The vibration.
It's the vibration. It's the energy. So don't forget that, right? You can say whatever it is you want to say, but you're
it's your
only going to attract what you truly radiate, what you give out as far as your energy.
Your energy cannot lie.
Nope.
Your energy can, and that's why I had to tell some people. Sometimes it's hard to take a big dose of Jason and Tina, or Tina and
it's
Jason.
a lot. It's a bit, but it's a big dose, baby.
Sometimes our energy can just be a little too much for people. Sometimes people want to gravel in unhappiness. They do.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear that positive stuff.
Yeah.
They like, look, take your positive self and walk on up out of here. Don't nobody want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to understand that's an energy.
Yep.
That's an energy. So they're all got their panties all in a knot because things aren't going right. Well, why do you think they're not going right? If we could be honest, right? Why do you think that if you are sending out all this negative energy,
What do you think you're going to get back, babe?
come on now.
Come on. I mean, but here's the thing, but it's like insanity, right? Because people think that I can say all of these words, I can put all of this out with feelings and emotions, but I expect to get something better.
Get something better in return.
My mate is just going to miraculously change and be that perfect husband or wife that I've always dreamt of.
You know, the same thing with our kids. And unfortunately, we sometimes realize this later in life is that when we want our kids to do something and they've disappointed us, or we want them to do better and we're trying to push them, we say kind of negative things to them.
Yeah.
You know, you can do better. You should have done that differently. Why did you do this? Instead of giving words of it, because we think that if we scold them or tell them all the things that's wrong with them, it's just going to miraculously make them do better. And that's not how it works. It really crushes them. It makes them sad, right? We're actually doing the opposite. So we have to remember, whether in whatever relationship, what energy am I giving out right now? If I'm upset and I'm mad, let me take a step back and go evaluate what's really important to me, and then come back with a different energy and try to tackle the issues in our relationship.
You ever walked in a room and the energy just felt off?
Yeah.
Or someone walked up. So it's a group of people talking, right? And then that say it's a couple people, 3 or 4 people talking, and then and then the next person walks up. Got another comment. And then the next person walks up, and then the whole energy and the conversation changes. Like, how did we go this way? I mean, like the whole energy of it. So one person can affect the conversation, a mood in the house, just everything. So just imagine.
I've done that. Oh, hold on. All right. So go ahead. It's a comment.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you're talking to the comment.
Can you read that?
No, I can't.
Okay. How do you know when you met your soulmate?
Oh. Okay. How do you know when you met your soulmate?
You want to answer?
It's called intuition. You know how you just know what you know? So you know when you don't meet them. And you know when you're forcing the relationship. So when they check all of the boxes and they make you feel the way you want to feel, without you really saying anything, whether it be, thinking of you first, saying what you would like for them to say, how you want them to say it, just the way that they care about you, loving you and caring about you in the way that you want to be cared for. Everyone does not want to be cared for in the same manner. It's
Right.
about how you want to be cared for. And if they can express that to you without you beating them over the head about how you want to be treated, then you know deep down inside, that may be the one. I knew that. And I'll say this. I kind of knew that when I met Tina many, many years ago. After a few friendly dates, there were dates, right? They were just, what do friends do? They just go
They
out?
go on dates, go out. I don't know.
Okay.
They were
I don't
still-
know if it's dating if you're friends, because I was in the friend zone for too long, so I don't know what that meant.
It was
So-
just friends going out when we went out on
So-
friend dates.
Oh, for friend dates, yeah, a fun date. So when we went on these fun dates, you knew that, man, this person here is like, I can talk to this person. We vibing pretty good. I'm enjoying the time together. I can be myself. I don't have to pretend. That's the key right there. When I do not have to pretend to be something other than what I am, I can show up as myself. And if I show up as my authentic self, I can have an authentic relationship. So one, deep down inside, intuition. Don't try to force the relationship that you truly want. Relax and let it come to you. And know, hey, don't ignore the red flags. Don't compromise.
Get out of my mind.
Don't compromise on the non-negotiables. If you have non-negotiables and you negotiate them, that makes no sense.
That they're
And you
not
wonder-
non-negotiables.
That's why they're non-negotiable. That's why we end up in relationships that we should not be in, because we negotiate our non-negotiables. Stick to your non-negotiables, because that's what you need to have the relationship that you want.
You know, it's funny. Jason and I were on a podcast. We recorded, and it's pre-recorded. And we were talking with the host, and we were talking about red flags. And I was like, why do we overlook red flags? He was like, oh, I was stomping all over. I was like, I mean, like they're
Because he
neon. They're
wanted-
neon red.
He
and we
wanted the relationship so bad that
and
he
so
was willing to.
that's what we do. So when you have met your soulmate, to me, like Jason, all of the things he said, you know, because things are just easier, right? And even challenges are not destroying your relationship,
Right.
right? So and so I pause, because a lot of people say soulmate, and I don't know. I guess I our souls were meant to connect.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, but I would use the term soulmate. I don't know. So the jury's still out on what I would call it, but how do you know that's your person?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So how do you know that's your person? And I mean, it's just things that when you're not with that person or when you are with that person, in your mind, you're thinking, wow, I like those qualities about this person. You know, wow, life could be a lot easier. Hey, this is somebody I can build with, someone who, even though we disagree on maybe even a lot of different fronts, we can agree to disagree, right? So knowing your person. So, yep, I think, but as Jason said, I think the biggest thing is your intuition. Your soul knows things that you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to listen to your soul. And what happens is that our ego and the human part of us want to take over and want to say, well, you know what? I said I want somebody who doesn't smoke, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take, because you know what? I'm tired of being alone, and maybe it's not that bad. See, that's a non-negotiable that you're negotiating, and then after you get with this person, they have to go outside in the sub-degree weather and smoke, right?
Yeah.
Or, well, why don't you stop smoking? Well, why don't you stop drinking? That's who that person was when you met them.
Right.
Why are you trying to make someone over? So as Jason said, you know, you like the person that they are. When you can authentically show up as yourself, no false pretenses. This is who I am. This is what I want. Hey, are we connecting? Our connection is deep. This seems like the right person. Let's not force relationship, guys. We don't have to. When we force it, then we
end up in relationships or situations, or we can't explain
get
the
stressed.
relationship that we're in.
As I said, right, we're in situationships.
Yep.
Right? We're in situation. So how's everything go? Oh, it's a situation.
yeah.
Right? So we just...
I got one thing to say to Darlene about Darlene Edwards, so I'm going to make sure that I address the right one. So with Darlene Edwards, listen, can you ever find your soulmate? Yes. Can you miss your soulmate? Yes. Why? Because your soulmate may show up looking a little different than what you want for him to look like, right? So,
or your soulmate may show up like who you want them to be, but you're not ready for them.
That's another thing. I was going to get to that one right. But first, you may physically look different than what you want and what you think you
they're going to look like. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we miss our soulmates because of outer appearance, right? It's about how we're being treated. So if we can be treated correctly and our intuition tells us, like, man, this guy's just a gentleman. He does the things that I like. He's easy to talk to. I didn't say everything was going to be right in the beginning, but when things are wrong, you can still have that conversation. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm just being able to... My bad.
I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just talking to Darlene. I'm just saying you just want to be able to have that conversation when things aren't going the way that you want them to go, and you can have a civil conversation and just express your feelings. Then they can listen to them. I was a good listener, right, early on. I think that was one of my strong suits. Yeah, you could talk to me. It was easy. I mean, like I said, you know what?
Well,
you look up.
I didn't know if you were a good listener because you did a lot of talking.
I did talk.
But
when I didn't talk, I listened.
I was a good listener.
You were a good listener. And you gave great insight, even at a young age.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was great. And that's why I said, I think this is the one. But I had to play it cool.
That might be my person.
You know what? But I can't be too, I was just like, no, I don't want to be.
But he was all in his head. See, that's what
happens.
People,
I was.
People are like,
I almost missed my one.
Can't be too zealous.
Yeah,
can't
I don't want to do
much.
this. I don't want to call too much. I don't want to show up. I don't want to take a mama to the store too much. I don't want to do all those.
All right. So we're going to give you guys some questions to reflect on tonight. So now let's flip the script. We're flipping the script on you, and we're asking some real questions. So we want you to be honest with yourself, family. We need you to first be honest with you. You cannot attract a mate that's honest if you're not willing to face your honesty about the ugly parts of you, right? Okay. So first question, why, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Why you always, ask yourself, why do I always attract the same kind of trash relationships or the same kind of drama in my relationships? What am I putting out there that's bringing it back?
Ouch.
Right? So if you're like, dang, we keep arguing over the same doggone thing. Man, I can't do this, or we can't do that, or we never get past this. Ask yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Or you switch jobs and you happen to, the same people are right there next to you. You find yourself disliking the people around you that you work with, or you go to the health club and it's the same time. What are you putting out? What are you putting out? What is your face saying? What is your energy saying? What is your vibration saying? Right? So that's the first question. Because sometimes we really do lie to ourselves, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Don't we?
Yep.
We as people, we really do lie to ourselves because we want the blame to be someone else other than ourselves.
And here's the thing, you ask this question, why do you have this kind of trash relationship, right? We know the answer to some of these questions. We just don't want to face the truth. That's the deal.
It's because they, he, she,
Right.
me.
Well, see, if they would,
Right.
then
If they-
I would be,
Or if they hadn't,
then I would be.
or why they always, right? Those
Yeah.
things. That's what, always putting the thing on the outer person and saying, what, you know what? If I keep getting this same old thing all the time, what am I putting out? If one person says they don't like me and then I find out I go to a totally different environment, somebody else doesn't like me, and it's got to be me. If I keep showing up in all these different places and having the same outcome, there's only one common denominator.
But it's hard to say that, right? Because no one wants to be the fall guy.
Nobody-
I
right.
can't be the problem.
Right.
Obviously, everybody else is the problem because I'm okay.
Okay. So my next question to you, and you can answer these questions to yourself or you can drop them in the comment. I would love for you to share the answers with us. But next question. If you don't even believe you deserve better, how are you expecting someone to show up and prove you wrong?
They can't.
Right?
Can't prove you.
If you don't even, so you say, I want a guy who really treats me like a queen, but you don't believe you're a queen or you don't believe you deserve to be treated like a queen, that's what that means. So if you don't even believe something about yourself or that you can have what it is you want,
Right.
how are you expecting someone else to show up and prove you wrong? Because it's what you feel deep down inside. That's where the true energy, vibration, and beliefs are held. So that's where, when we're talking about digging deeper, come on, guys, we got to get off the surface. We got to, as our book says, it's a journey, right?
Yeah.
In the introduction, I'm going to read a little bit. I don't know, something's telling me to read the introduction.
Well, follow your first mind.
That's right. I'm going to read a little bit. Let me see if I can find something. It says, imagine this. You find yourself caught in the turbulent currents of a relationship storm. Your heart weighed down by the gravity of constant, unresolved conflicts and emotional turbulence. The pain is intense. A knot in your chest tightening with every strained conversation and misunderstood gesture. The ache is not just emotional, it's a deep-seated longing for harmony and understanding, a desire for connection unmarred by the current chaos. This yearning goes beyond mere emotions. It's a profound longing for tranquility and recaptured intimacy.
There it
Right?
is.
So we're talking about taking a journey into the soul of who we are. Pulling back the layers of what's going on in our relationship by being honest with ourselves, being honest about our mate. It's really nothing that anyone does to you. No, it's not. It's what's inside of you. What am I feeling and thinking that's making me take this interpretation of what someone else is saying and then just fly off the handle? Right?
It's all internal.
All right.
Darlene got a good one here.
All right.
I know you have another question, but I want to answer that one.
All
Well,
right.
thanks. I appreciate y'all. I think I met him. I just wanted to be sure. Sure. Yes. You probably have met him, and you're probably in a relationship right now. And if you have, don't force it. Let it come naturally. Don't
Just
try.
continue reading our book
Yeah.
and highlighting those points and doing those practices.
Well, people would be so quick. There's a gentleman that I know that I'm trying to get him to take some coaching. But he always say, "Hey, I got the one. I got the one." 2 weeks later, oh man, that one didn't work out. But I think this is it. Things are going well. Things are going real well. 2 weeks in, it doesn't go well. It's like less than a month. It's over with. And I keep saying, man, I don't care how many relationships you get in, brother. It's not going to keep working out for you.
Until
because-
you unpack you.
Right.
You know, when it's sort of like I'm going on a trip and the only thing you can take is you. So you need to unpack all that old baggage, those old relationships, those old unspoken expectations, those old hurts, and we have to unpack them,
first
guys.
of all, we got some other people's stuff packed in with us too. We carrying around somebody else's garbage.
That's true. That's true. I think a couple. It was last year, or the year before last, carrying around somebody else's heavy book bag, right?
Yeah, that's right. Let me hear what let me address Dot here. Dot says sometimes you have to look in the mirror. Yep. If you're happy with what you see, sometimes most people are. It's difficult for them to actually look in the mirror because they don't like what they see.
Or you know what? People think that is just a statement. You have to look in the mirror. No, we literally mean look in the mirror. You know what? Yesterday was another on the podcast we recorded yesterday. He also talked about that. He said there was a point in his life where he couldn't even look in the mirror at himself. He said when he would get up in the morning to brush his teeth, he would open the mirror up so he wouldn't look at himself because he didn't like the person who was staring back at him. And so it took some work, right? And that's what we have to do. We have to do some soul searching. The soul is already perfect, whole, and complete. We have to search for the soul so the soul can tell us what to do that we didn't messed up on this physical part.
It's that alignment that we need to get in order.
And Darlene, just make sure that you're being true to you, which means what you want, how you feel, and who you really are. Guys, don't put on a front. Don't put on a front. If you want your relationships to work, show up as the true person of yourself so that and ask them the same thing. Hey, this is going well. I need to make sure that this is you. I'm asking you to be true and authentic. There's nothing, because a relationship is about being authentic. It's about being true. It's about two people who can be themselves. If I'm trying to be something else, I don't even know who's in the relationship with us. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I was listening, but I was also reading the comment.
That's okay. I'm good.
All right. So Dot says, until you change, you'll continue to experience the same thing.
And
Very
again,
true.
We're saying all these good things, but guys, let's break these words apart. I'm a person that likes to break out the words. When we're talking about change, right? Until you change. We think change means that I'm going to sit here and listen this time instead of butting in and interrupting. No, change means I become a different person. Well, I don't even need to think I'm going to sit here and listen. That I can just sit there and listen with peace and listen to understand, actively listen. And my responses are so different that when they come out my mouth, I don't even know who that person is. That's what change is. Change from the core, not from the surface level, right? Guys, we got to pick these words apart. All right.
Hold on.
All right, Michael. All right.
I like that. Yep.
That's
Michael,
right.
Man in the mirror. Yep. Listen to those words too, in that song.
Yes.
It's very deep. So.
All right. Sandra said, this is scary.
Yep. Now, is this a question or is it a rhetorical question? But go ahead and read it.
Okay. You say like attracts like. Why am I attracting uncaring, dishonest men? I'm not uncaring.
Okay.
Well, okay, if you say that you're not uncaring, then it's something in your energy. Either you don't value yourself, so you attract men that show you what you really think about yourself, or you are you feel unworthy, or you are ignoring the red flags. Right? You're not following your intuition. We have an intuition that tells us when we're in danger. We have intuition that tells us that, right, I told you guys a couple of podcasts ago about my daughter. Now, I'm glad she doesn't listen to my podcast because I told so I'm glad. I told her, I said, just because you step in shit doesn't mean you have to keep it on your shoe. You can keep walking. You can keep walking, and eventually, I guarantee it will fall off. Right? Just because we step into a relationship or get into a relationship that's shitty, treats us bad, doesn't mean we have to keep it. It means that either I don't value myself enough to move to another experience, or this is the energy I'm giving, that I am not worthy of more. I don't deserve more. I don't love because I also said in previous podcasts that when Jason and I met, someone made the comment a couple of years ago that Why are you looking like that? Like
No,
what?
I'm
Somebody made the comment that Jason really treats Tina well, something
they
like
like
that.
the way that I treat you. Yeah.
And I said I had to show him how to treat me.
Yeah.
We have to show people how to treat us.
But I did know a lot though. I did know how to treat you.
You did.
Okay.
That was a quality.
That's
Because if
right.
you didn't,
I'm
I would have kept on walking.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Same here.
So that's what I'm saying. In the depths of your soul, what energy are you vibrating out? Is the energy that you're giving out is that everybody else in the world is more important than me? Because we become wives and we become mothers, we give off the energy that everybody else in our lives are more important than we are.
Yep.
Even our career may give us that false sense of being, because we're you're a nurse, right, Sandra? So you have to take care of people. So maybe in the midst of saying, well, even though I'm tired and I don't feel like going to work and I'm sleepy, I have to do this. It's my commitment. So now that becomes a part of you. So regardless of how I feel and my needs, I'm going to put the needs of someone else's in front of me. So we have to understand, what are we vibrating out? What energy are we giving to that person? What are we telling them without opening up our mouths? So that means that you are attracting. And so beginning of this thing is that we're not attracting what we think we are.
Yep.
We are attracting what we actually are. And that's where the scariness comes from.
Yep.
That's where the unknown. You like, whoa, wait a minute. Hey, hold up now. And not you, Sandra, anybody.
Right.
But
I know I
that's-
said the same thing when someone brought it to me, and it says that only way you can see it is because it is in you. And I said, that is clearly not in me. I know that's not in me. She said, well, you wouldn't be able to see it if it wasn't. Because how many different things are going on around you, and you're just oblivious to
That's
it. You
true.
have no idea what's going on until someone says, hey, did you see this? Did you understand this? You go, no. I mean, I
didn't
seen
even
it,
recognize
but I didn't recognize it because it didn't resonate with me.
Exactly.
Right. So
Exactly.
if it resonates with you, then like attracts like. It is
It's in you.
scary.
It's in you.
And it's a time to look in the mirror, right?
What we got to do, Dot? What you say? We got to look in the mirror, right?
That's right. Like attracts like.
I like to put I'm sorry. When we were talking, go ahead.
Yep. Like attracts like. So
Mm-hmm.
it is. That's something that, we all kind of have to look at, and I struggle with sometimes because I question, like, why is this showing up? I'm clearly not this person. But then again, this person shows up in my experience. Why?
And you know what? When we're talking about look in the mirror, you might want to do what Dot says. You might want to listen to understand and not respond. Sometimes we're looking in the mirror and we're talking to ourselves, but we need to listen. We need to close our mouths and listen to the words that are coming up from our soul. All right?
And then when we look in the mirror, do we actually look,
Right.
you
right.
know, to actually look into our soul? And what are we saying? What are we saying when we look at it? Because I say something totally different. Because sometimes,
Oh my God, Jason, it's 7:00.
so I look in the mirror and I go, "Oh, you got on late.
I did get on late, but I don't know.
You got on late."
Let's
So
say,
either way it goes, when I'm looking in the mirror, I'm saying, I'm okay. I love myself. It's gonna be a good day. I forgive myself for the things that I need to forgive myself for. And that's the conversations that I have with myself in the mirror. I just don't look and say, "Ooh, I look good." I do say that sometimes too, but mainly.
all right, let's get to Dennis. Hey, Dennis,
Hey,
happy
Dennis.
Fridays. I will catch the replay.
Yes.
Was out with Mom for the 4 hours after work. And what a
That's your
wonderful
part-time
time.
job.
Yes, what a
Yes.
wonderful. I know you had a wonderful time.
Yep.
Dot said, yep,
Yep.
all right, that's what we got to do, guys. So I guess this was a Friday that we just wanted to talk. All right, so Dennis, you're going to have to Dennis say something else.
Yeah, he said, "Hey."
Hey.
Yeah, you just got to
Tell
catch
moms
the,
we said
yeah,
hello.
Yep. Yep.
Good conversation.
You know,
Dennis.
it's interesting, Dennis, because we go back and we look at the comments and like, oh, Dennis, watch the replay because he's commenting. So we do appreciate that. I'll let
That's
you know
right.
that.
All right.
And congratulations on your new relationship.
That's right. So, guys, just remember, we have to be honest with ourselves. When we're talking about the law, I didn't even get to the third question.
Okay, yep.
So the third question was, why are you waiting on somebody else to make you happy? What's stopping you from starting with yourself? Why are we waiting on someone else to make us happy? You know what I say? If you're waiting for someone to make you happy, then you're waiting for someone to make you sad, which means that you're giving the power of how you feel to someone else. All right, so go and read The Law of Attraction, Chapter 6, and Manifest a Joy-Filled Relationship.
Yep.
Right? And if you don't have it, you can go get it. The special offer ends tonight. All right, Jason, let's give them a challenge, and then let's get on out of here, guys. Thank you for hanging with us. We love the conversations.
Yep. We challenge you to take one small step this week to align your desires. Maybe
Align with your desires.
align with your desires. Align with your desires. Maybe it's having an honest conversation with yourself, letting go of old baggage or even someone else's baggage or the people around you.
Right.
Whatever we think that the baggage may be.
All right. So let's make sure that we are getting out of here. Don't forget, guys, you can join our 14-day relationship transformation challenge. You can get the 3-day masterclass for couples or individuals.
Yep.
You can get our coaching programs that are now up. You can get 4, 12, or 24 weeks. You can also get all of our free ebooks and resources or other small books that we've written, ebooks. We now have available the workbook that goes along with the book, Manifest a Joy-Filled Relationship. All right, so start small somewhere, but start today. Start doing the work.
Do whatever you can to make your relationship better.
That's right.
So
and you.
And you. Right. Start with you, then your relationship will get better. Please subscribe, share, and join us on our social media. You know where we're at. We're everywhere. And we're a legendary relationship everywhere we are. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Pinterest.
There you go. Please make sure you leave some comments. If you guys think about something after the show is over, please go back to the replay and drop your comments. Please make sure that you are honest with yourself and think about what it is you want in your relationship or what you want. Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? That could be something you manifest as well.
Yeah.
All right?
I'm going to go back and see what's...
Oh, my bad. All right. All right.
All right.
Let's throw them last comments up on the screen.
Bingo.
Up one more. Yep. There's some more. Yep.
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 Yeah, they coming in so quick. Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Wait a minute.
Wait, what?
The person is here to show me. Wait a minute. This person is here to show you who you really are, because a tracker likes track. Don't, you better go talk to the law of attraction, because they'll tell you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you. Love you too. Good information. Thank you. Love you back.
too. Yeah.
Thank you both. I'm in it to win it. I'm always learning. Thank you, Dennis. You would
Always.
love. We
Yes,
love
Dennis.
you. You tell Mom you guys gonna have to get on the show during the time the show is on, because we love your comments.
Yes.
Right. You are one of our testimonies, so people have to see the power of working when you work with yourself.
And I'm going to tell you about Dennis. Dennis came on, he was being real raw.
Real honest.
Real honest. Just about himself and just trying to navigate the whole relationship space. He just ran across the feed one day and he just was always on it, and he was just... he was just having
Always
some
commenting. Real
conversation. It's funny because people will come and it's like, who is Dennis? I'm like, listen,
All right.
Dennis is getting his stuff together. So
Dennis became popular.
He did.
So Dot said, great conversation this
Yeah.
evening. Thank you, Dot. Darlene said, I'd order my book. Yay.
Yay.
Congratulations,
Yep.
Darlene. Everybody drop a heart for Darlene.
All right,
Drop
all right.
a heart in the section.
Yep.
In the comments. All right. Thank you, Regina. Great
Great
conversation.
conversation.
Love you guys. Dot said, it works if you work it. Amen,
Amen.
Dot. No better words. Darlene Edwards says, good night.
All right.
And then Dennis said, yes.
yes.
So Dennis is now in a healthy relationship, right,
And he
Dennis?
knows that it's healthy because
That's
he's
right.
done the work.
Dennis
That's
says he's happy, he's better, and he's in a healthy relationship. All right. So one day Dennis is gonna get on time and he's gonna be able to be on the podcast and make some comments
you know,
about
Mom's
that.
got a shop.
Yeah, I know. Tell Mom she got to shop 2 hours before and then afterwards. So she got to give you your 7 to 8 time out there on the East Coast. All right, guys. And as always,
Hold on. You want to be so fast? You
I
need
do.
some
I do.
controls.
Want,
you got
my
somewhere to
bad.
go? Not really.
It's yeah. I got somewhere to go.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
you want to stay on a little bit longer? Everybody ready to go?
Okay, well, okay.
right.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, guys, it's been a great conversation.
Yeah,
Remember
that's
the
right.
law
Congratulations,
of
Dennis.
attraction. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mia. Thank you for tuning in. Congratulations, Dennis Dot said congratulations.
Yep.
That's right.
It takes work. It takes work to be in a healthy relationship. You have to know what you want. You have to be authentic to yourself first.
And Dennis, I think a couple of episodes ago, Dennis came on and he talked about that. And I'm sure that in that process, he had to realize there was some mindset shifts he had to get rid of. The old way of thinking that did not serve his highest purpose. All right. So we're going to make sure we'll be here next Friday with you guys. Rain, snow, cold, sunshine, whatever it is.
Can I have some sunshine and some heat?
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
All right. You ready, honey?
I'm ready when you are, baby cakes.
All right, guys. This is your dynamic duo in relationships. And as always,
we're in it to win it. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next week.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Lovin' Beyond the I Do podcast. Head over to iTunes to subscribe and leave a review. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Legendary Relationship or visit our website at legendaryrelationship.com. Till next time, remember to make every day count.